Greetings, comrades. Welcome to All Power to the People podcast on Grown Folks Talking, Express Yourself Internet Radio via the Huddle Team app. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss local, national, and global events that impact the material conditions of the people and provide viable solutions. We are here to find those tired of the way their lives are socially constructed. As Panthers, we use dialectic materialism. As Dr. Huey P. Newton stated, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. From combating the housing crisis to police patrols, we are the vanguard in place to serve our communities. The purpose of this program is to highlight contradictions in the electoral process, which Western culture calls politics. Politics is the struggle for resources. Participating in America's electoral process has only taken resources from the people and handed it to the oligarchs and the professional managerial class that serve them by maintaining the status quo through coercion. We know that power lies with the people, and it is our duty to organize and educate the community so that they can fight for their own liberation. So please, join us every Sunday at 12 p.m. You can join by downloading the Huddle Team app, join online, or call in. The app and joining online is free, but if you call in, standard messaging rates may apply. Links to the show will be provided in the caption. This is General Secretary Patience of the new African Black Panther Party, NABPP North. All power to the people.
I'll be having a conversation with people, and they'll be like, so what do we do? Where is our option? How do we change our material condition? How do we change the reality around us? I mean, we can't do that. This is from our food program. I mean, so that's why I'm starting off like this to show everybody, like, the things that you can do in the community. As Panthers, we come together and to get this food to go out and give to the families that are starving. We all know, if we live in these communities, we know how hard times are. We're all going through it. We eat the same food too. We take the food in our home and we put them in our business. This is our This is our app during the school year, all year round. We don't have enough money to go build a school to be able to bring in all these children and stuff. We don't have all of that. But we can create an after-school program. And this is one of the ways we bring the kids in with the after-school program so they can come in for us to give them that knowledge and teach them and try to help guide them through this reality, through this world. Hey, you said they teach you about 9/11 in school?
Yeah.
What did they teach you about 9/11? Why did the plane hit the buildings? You got to say it loud enough so I can hear you. That's what they told you, that the Muslims hijacked the plane? That's okay. Relax. But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? They didn't. Anybody? What you were saying, Major? Hold up. Let Major speak. What you say, Major? But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? So they crashed into the Twin Towers to go to New York. They died to go to New York. Oh, they wanted to go land in New York, but they crashed into the Twin Towers. So anybody else got something to add? Archie, you got something to add? What you want to add? That's it? So nobody can tell me why the planes crashed? Why the planes did that? Nobody can tell me? But don't you think the school should tell you why?
Yeah.
So, like, if the school not telling you why, what does that mean? Wow.
Gatekeeping.
Whoa, where you get gatekeeping from, bro? But where you learn that at? You say me? You heard. You burnt out, yo. You burnt out. Nah, but the reason why they crashed into the Twin Towers is because the American government, America was going to their country, taking their natural resources, stealing their stuff, killing their people. So they got mad that they stole a plane and they came and crashed it on the World Trade Center to get back at America. That's why they did it. No, it wasn't one plane. I think it was two or three. I think it was one was no. I think there was one in D.C. and there was one in Philly or something like that. That they yeah, huh? What did
another one tried to crash into the place that Trump was.
The Trump Tower? There ain't no plane trying to go to the Trump Tower. The White House? Did the plane try to go to the White House? One went to the Pentagon. But these people be lying. The media be lying. The politicians be lying. So you never know what's true. But why they really did it, they said because America was going over to their countries. They were killing their people. They were taking their resources. And they were putting military bases in their country. So that's why they did it. I mean, that's why they went over there and did it. So they call that blowback. Like when you go to another country and you do stuff to them, and then they come back over here and do something, like they call that blowback. Yeah, it's like get back.
So now
you said they did more? Then we going to die. If they knew, because we going to die. I don't want to die. But we're going to continue this later, y'all. I'm holler at y'all. We're going to continue later. This summer basketball camp is going on right now. Every day from 9 to 1. We have this basketball camp that we own, that the kids come out. Yo, it's all about organizing and finding ways to bring people out, bring the children out, to be able to organize them. I mean, when you're doing these things to bring the children in, to bring the community in, yo, you got to be serious. You can't be playing around with this. It was like when the kids come here, at the end of the summer, they're stronger, they're faster, they're quicker, and they know more about the game, about the sport than they did before. So we watch their minds develop every day while we're talking about Pantherism. What do we do? What are the solutions? Yo, there's solutions here. I mean, the solutions is organizing our own community, creating an economic base where we can be able to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves, without having to bow down to somebody else, without having to beg somebody else for our humanity. Yo, I refuse to go beg anybody to give me humanity. I will take my humanity by force. I understand I am not free. We understand we are not free as Panthers. There's no doubt in our mind if we are free or not. And you cannot hold anybody that's under oppression, that's under neocolonialism, responsible for how their life turned out, because they control no institution. I mean, I often hear people say, like, the drug dealers, the worst thing in our community, drug dealers, because they're stupid. They're ignorant. They haven't educated themselves to understand the world around them. So they just open their mouths and regurgitate whenever they hear somebody else say, you're a fool. If you believe anything out there, it's your fault or our fault. Seriously. And I'm telling you, I work with the community all day and all night. And I know how ignorant the community can be. But I don't blame the people for the conditions they find themselves in. They have nothing to do with how anything is done materially in this world. They're just bystanders. The people that I hold accountable is those that know, the intellectuals. That's supposed to know better, but continue to usher our people into institutions of white supremacy, of imperialism, that will continue to exploit us. Tell our people to go vote. What are you voting for? I mean, who are you voting for? Who do they serve? They don't serve the people. They won't serve the people, or they won't survive in those institutions. It's my fault. Get some from. Get some. Let me see. Hold it out, Bobby. Get out. Hold it out. Yeah. Yeah. You got it? You like it? There we go. You're welcome. What's your name? What position you play? Oh, a pincher. You're a pincher. You're children out here? I'm just watching. Oh, you just watching? You just watching too? My name Afrikan. Afrikan. Yeah, confident. Confident. Yeah, confident. Hold up. Huh? Yeah, I'll come every year. I'll bring more stuff. I'll come. I'll bring everything every year. Yeah, we just start. We come with the organization. The organization, so the Black Panther Party, so look, no politician, no rich person can take care of us. The only people that are going to take care of us is us. If we understand, if we understand that, that's all we need to do, take care of each other, we're going to be good. Yeah, so you notice how all the companies, all the stores is owned by the gringos, Switzerland. We need to own it. We need to own everything so sure. You need to own stuff that's so sure. You need to own babies. You need to own Roomba. Yeah, we need to own all of that shit. Not nobody else. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But that's why I'm here. Everything we do is free. Everything is free. You don't pay. Yeah, you don't pay for nothing. I mean, this is my guy. My guy. Yeah, this is my guy. He helped me out down here. I've been with the company for about 7 years, but it's been here since 1969. I'm the leader of the company. I'm the leader now of the organization here. So we come down, and he's going to be down here working down here in the organization for me. Yeah, he's going to be here working here. Yeah, I want to fly everywhere. I go everywhere. I said it. So you want to help me do this in Puerto Plata? I'm about to cut off the camera and I'm about to take your number. We're going to do the same thing. You know, the person that run the baseball, he helping me too. Man, what's your name, man? Tell them your name, man. I'm teaching natural science? Oh, my God. I'm hitting a home run everywhere I go, man. Mira, good? You good? There we go. Biology. My God.
All power to the people. Can you hear me, Chairman?
I can hear you, but I'm going to be going in and out.
That's fine. I can hear you. So you want to?
I'm going to try.
All right.
I'm going to try. If I cut off, just start playing the video.
Okay.
How do I sound clear?
Yeah, you sound clear to me.
All right, all power to the people. Hey, man, I'm out the country right now. We're doing our intercommunalism. I'm driving through the hills, through the mountain, trying to get to where we got to get to spread our Panther love out there, to start our chapter out there. Today's supposed to be the big day. We're supposed to be going out there to give out some clothes, give out some cell phones, give out some tablets to all the children that are going to be participating in our Panther Club program, for them to learn about Pantherism and how to become Panthers and how to work in their communities. I mean, so that's where I'm driving right now to. That's why our show is now how it's regularly done. Today, we're just going to talk about what we're doing. I was hoping that I would get there earlier, but I had to go through a couple of things this morning. I mean, I wanted to be broadcasting live from there. But, hey, man, since I'm on the road, it is what it is, man. This is how life works, man. Life be life. So I'm going to just go through, I'm going to just talk to you for a little bit about some things that I've been thinking about, and then we're going to see where we go from there. But we got a couple of videos, and the videos are going to help to illustrate what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say they're YouTube videos, so we're going to be dealing with commercials, but please bear with us.
All power to the people. Hey, I know it's like it's old and tired. Everybody say the same thing. It's been said for generations. But as a historian and as a sociologist, that it's not corrupted or it's paid by anybody to say anything that they're saying. You know, we're living in dangerous times right now. I'm about to show you what I mean by that. I mean, and I'm going to show you through my education, through my studies. Hey, yo, these people, these rich people, we're in a class war. Like Fred Hampton said, we're in a class war, goddammit. Yo, these rich people are at war with each other. They're going back and forth, banging with each other. And if we don't understand how to be able to protect ourselves or how to survive, we're going to end up making the same mistakes we've been making for generations. We're going to be bamboozled and hoodwinked by our failed black leadership, failed celebrities for us to pick a side. Everything I'm saying, you're going to see. Journalists, fake journalists. And there's something we need to get straight right now. Because like I said, I'm doing something right now, so I didn't have time to do it. There's no media out there that report for the people. Let's get that out the way right now. MSNBC, CNN, all this corporate media, they don't work for the people. If you don't know that, you need to start researching to understand and accept that's the reality. Once you've accepted that reality, you know not to listen to these people so they can bamboozle and hoodwink you. I'm about to play a video of the President of the United States and one of his little flunkies. I don't know if he's in charge of the military, in charge of whatever he's supposed to be in charge of. Whatever his goddamn name is. But we're going to play them too. And listen to these people and listen to what they're saying. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to have some commentary. Go ahead, play it, General Secretary.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. As we continue to look at Tuesday's unprecedented gathering of 800 U.S. generals and admirals who were flown into the United States from around the world and gathered at Marine Corps Base, Quantico, Virginia. Defense Secretary have called the meeting and ordered generals and admirals.
And even that part, you heard what she just said? Trump got all these generals, all these people from around the world to come and meet up in one location for him to have a meeting about nothing. Just think about that for a minute. All these generals, all these high-ranking members in the military that they control, that all these rich people control, that whoever their enemy is, would love to get them all in one room and do whatever they want to do to them. This dummy, the one that dodged to go to war, that never served in the military, this paper tiger, because that's exactly what he is. That's what Mao called them. This paper tiger invited all the generals in one spot to give a speech. Wait till you hear what the hell he said. Go ahead, play, General Secretary.
To gather together for what many have likened to a MAGA campaign rally. President Trump addressed the generals for over 70 minutes, but Hegseth spoke first.
We are preparing every day. We have to be prepared for war, not for defense. We're training warriors, not defenders. We fight wars to win, not to defend. Defense is something you do all the time. It's inherently reactionary.
What is he talking about? We fight wars not to defend. What wars do you fight? There are no wars. Like, let's keep it a buck. There are no wars that this country's been going to, like people starting with them and they're just picking on people. They start wars. They lie. They steal natural resources. That's what they do. That's what the military does. They go around killing people to steal their natural resources. I dare anybody to point out one war in the last 50, 60, 80 years that the United States of America has started for the people of America. Just one. Out of all the wars that started, from Africa to the Middle East to Asia to South America, give me one war that benefit the people. None. So when you're listening to this coward speak, just remember that. Go ahead, General Secretary.
And can lead to overuse, overreach, and mission creep. War is something you do sparingly, on our own terms, and with clear aim. We fight.
Chairman, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Chairman, are you there? I'm going to continue the video until you get back on.
To win. Well, today is another Liberation Day. The liberation of America's warriors, in name, in deed, and in authorities. You kill people and break things for a living. You are not politically correct and don't necessarily belong always in polite society.
President Trump claimed the United States facing an invasion from within.
Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia.
I heard. I'm coming.
Is under invasion.
Chairman, you there? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue the video.
Invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on.
We're joined now by Eugene Fidel, senior research scholar at Yale Law School, where he teaches military justice. He co-wrote a piece for The Hill headlined, "Trump and Hegseth Want to Turn the Military into a Tool of Personal Loyalty." He's an expert on military law, served as a judge advocate in the U.S. Coast Guard. Eugene Fidel, thanks for joining us. Explain what you mean.
Chairman, you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Now I can't hear you no more. I'm
going in and listen to you.
You're going in and out. I can hear you.
Now. So it.
You going in and out. You're choppy. I don't know what you're saying. Can you hear me? Because you're driving and I don't think you're going to be able to stay on like that. You're going to keep going in and out. I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
And as people describe this unprecedented gathering, where it is many of these generals and admirals were asking why they had to be flown in. This was live streamed. What was the point of this?
Good morning. Well, the first thing is, I think you omitted what the generals and admirals actually said. There was probably an expletive that was inserted in their comments. But I think really the reason for this unusual event at Quantico, unusual and costly event at Quantico, is probably not that hard to figure out. It's the greatest of all photo ops. We're all used to photo ops. President Trump with police chiefs as the backdrop, GIs with the backdrop. We've seen them in prior administrations. If you remember the mission accomplished photo op that President George W. Bush offered us wrongly. So I think the photo op stands out as an important factor. Second, it's a way of maybe subliminally, but not so subliminally, exacting loyalty, special loyalty from the most senior officers and enlisted personnel in the U.S. Armed Forces. I think every American, by the way, should watch the video. It's extremely instructive, and even though it's time-consuming and it will annoy many viewers, I think it's a critically important document that people should be exposed to.
And Mr. Panther, I wanted to ask you in terms of some of the stuff that Hegseth said, for instance, you kill people and break things for a living. We're training warriors, not defenders. What are they trying to impart to these generals?
I think what the broadcast here is a rejection of so many of the progressive innovations that the U.S. Armed Forces have experienced since World War II. And that's what we're talking about. It wasn't until the Truman administration, for example, that there was racial desegregation in the U.S. Armed Forces. The introduction or reintroduction of women in the armed forces was a major issue. The dirty word in this environment is woke, being woke, or DEI projects. All of these serve a useful purpose in terms of integrating American society, and the U.S. Armed Forces is supposed to be a replica of American society, not simply white male American society. There were so many things that were off in this event. I'll just tick off a few if you don't mind. Personally, I found the sectarian religious references highly offensive and inappropriate. That has no place in a non-religious event, basically a command performance. I thought the notion that we're going to get tough with people, as if that's something new. The U.S. Armed Forces have always been tough. But the difference is that until now, there's been no question about our armed forces compliance, strong efforts to comply with the rules of armed conflict. What you hear here is a replica of things that happened in President Trump's first administration, where he was pardoning people that were charged with or had been convicted of highly illegal conduct in war zones. And what this is a kind of green light that we're going to throw the rule book out. And you have to connect some dots here. Remember, one of the first things this administration did was fire a couple of the judge advocates general, the senior.
Chairman Afrikan, I see you back, but you're muted. So, okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay. I could hear you. All right, I'm going to let it.
Now listen, because I may go out again. You heard me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So if I go out, listen to the video and explain it. You are just as qualified as I am to explain what's going on. You did?
If you say so.
Girl, stop playing. Go ahead. Go ahead, play it. Let it run.
Lawyers, senior uniformed lawyers of the armed forces. That's a terrible signal. And as if they were like softies. They weren't softies. They were tough people who rose by their natural gifts.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. See, like, this is the battle that we're going through. Let me know if I go out too. But this is the battle we're going through. There's something going on, something real serious. Oh, man, I don't went out again.
No, we can hear you. You're good.
Oh, okay. Now, there's something real serious going on right now. And they went and got somebody up there to explain it to you. But he's misleading the people. He's talking about these generals, like these people are partisan people. These people are not partisan. These people would do whatever they must do to keep their job and keep their money. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And the way he's talking is as if they do. That is a lie. I mean, it's like he's going to say a whole bunch of stuff that are lies, that I'm going to prove that he's lying, that he's a fraud. Go ahead, put it back on.
I also want to add that, and so, just like the chairman said, those generals, they're going to do anything to keep their jobs. Because even as a general, you know that's the stupidest thing you can do, to have everybody that runs your military in one space. Somebody, any general in there should have been like, no, but they don't care about that. They don't care about their own rules and regulations. So they definitely don't care about you.
Training their loyalty, their patriotism to the highest levels. So you have to view this holistically with other things that have happened. I think that one scary point that Mr. Hegseth made was that they were going to make sure that anyone who made a complaint in the armed forces that was later shown not to be substantiated would themselves be subject to prosecution. Well, can you think of a better way to check the filing of complaints? Now, certainly there are valid complaints and there are invalid.
Hey, pause it before you finish what he's saying.
No, I paused it already. The military are known for silencing people that have complaints, so they're very familiar with that strategy that the
You say the military. I've had council people.
Yeah.
Take me to court. I've had council people. You see what I mean by he's a fraud? He's acting like everything that's going on now that Trump is doing, this is something new. Yeah, Trump is a sociopath. Yeah, he's a savage. Yeah, everything he's doing is wrong. But they be doing it. The Democrats been doing it. Both parties been doing it. I've had council people take me to court. They got dismissed. They got thrown out. They only took me to court because they thought that I was going to bleed. I was going to spend my money. After I spent all that time in court with them, with the council people, with the mayors, with the teachers. Teachers took me to court before. People on the school board. All of these cases were thrown out. For the last 20 years, we have stayed in court with these people. Now you get this jackass come up here and act like what Trump is doing is new. Nah, it's just a problem now because he's doing it to y'all. Remember I told you, they're at war with each other. We stay the hell out of their war. Let them fight amongst each other, and we do what I'm doing right now. I'm in a whole different country trying to organize to put together the foundation, the structure, for us to be able to fight these people in the future without NGO money, without corporation money. Everything I'm doing is all people power. All people power. I mean, you cannot trust any of these people. This medium, even Democracy Now! We watching Democracy Now! This is where I'm getting this stuff to show it to you. These people are liars. You can call them scribes. That's what they used to call people back in the medieval times. The people that wrote stuff down. They wrote down what somebody was saying. They called them scribes. Democracy Now! Is just a recording. They're scribes. They scribble down whatever, or in this case, they record whatever's going on at the moment. These people are not journalists. They don't ask the right question. They don't tell the truth. They mislead the people. We're going to get to all of that. Go ahead, play it, patient.
Sorry.
The complaints, and there are complaints that are somewhere in between that require some investigation. But what they've done here is send a clear signal that if you make a complaint, you are going to personally be in the crosshairs if it turns out that we don't agree with your complaint. That's a preposterous position.
So what do you see as the likelihood, following from that the officer class would refuse to deploy troops to citizens, Eugene Fidel?
Well, my feeling is that the people who are going to be on the receiving end, I'm talking about the...
Chairman, mute yourself, please.
Mute myself?
Yeah, mute yourself.
Got you.
The senior officers, they should be talking to their lawyers, and not necessarily their staff judge advocate, their uniformed lawyers assigned to advise them, because they may need more independent and confidential advice as to what to do. Remember, the staff judge advocate is not the commander's lawyer. The staff judge advocate works for the government. And those conversations may prove not to be confidential. And what these senior officers need most of all is some good private legal advice to help them ensure that they can distinguish between orders that are lawful and...
You hear the goofy stuff he's saying, patience?
I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to take care of this family and listen at the same time, but so I missed you.
My bad. I got you. The General Secretary is trying to help a family right now that's in a U-Haul truck, and they're trying to find a place for them to go to stay. They've been living in a U-Haul truck with 3 kids. I mean, she's trying to help them on the side while she's doing the show. But just listen, General Secretary, I'm gonna tell you what he just said.
Okay.
He said those generals that are in that room should not go listen to the lawyers that the military have for them, that the government have for them. They should go get their own separate lawyers because they shouldn't trust the military or the government lawyers. I was just about to say, why the F should we trust these generals then? They work for the military, they work for the government too. So why should we sit in here? Why should we trust any one of them? These are the same generals that are leading all these illegal wars around the world. Like, do you see the contradiction? Like,
but not only that, Chairman, I'm just going off the fact that these generals are all in one room. They don't care about nothing but following protocol. And if they don't care about nothing but following this government's protocol, they already lost me because there's nothing to trust there. Because you place yourself in danger and to listen to a man to tell you to come attack the people. I don't need to go any further than that. Because you're willing to do anything. Whether you have the government lawyer or your lawyer, it doesn't matter. You're in that room.
All power to the people. Now go ahead, let him keep talking.
Orders that are not lawful. Orders that are lawful, of course, have to be complied with. But some of these issues, some of these orders about the internal war, for example, or going to war in Chicago as a training mission, raise questions as to whether they're lawful or not under, for example, the Posse Comitatus Act, the 19th century legislation that's been on the books and has made sure that the Army, the military, is not involved in garden variety law enforcement until now. Some of those issues are going to be touchy legal issues that lawyers are going to have to get smart on, hit the books, and be prepared to give advice. Maybe the senior officers are going to be able to get that advice that they badly need, and we already know that based on what Mr. Hegseth and the President have said. And maybe they'll be able to get it within the service, but if I were a general or an admiral right now, I'd pick up the phone and call my lawyer, preferably somebody who is knowledgeable in the field.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you as well.
Hey, pause it, General Secretary. Mm-hmm. Hey, yo, did you hear, like, who is this guy? Where is he from? He's a lawyer from Harvard, right? When he comes back on,
the U.S. military.
Let me do search.
No, leave it. When he comes back, you're going to see that he's a lawyer
from
Harvard Law School. Like, this ain't nobody off the streets. So you just heard him. He said he don't trust the government. He wouldn't trust the government lawyers. Why do you trust the government? Why would you trust the government? Go ahead, play it.
Probably of any institution in American society has made the most strides, especially during the volunteer army period, in terms of racial diversity and ethnic diversity. 35 to 40% of the U.S. military are African American. How do you?
I don't like him either. Yo, you heard what he just said? A voluntary military. We don't have a voluntary military. We have a military where people are so poor. The only way for them to climb out of poverty is for them to go to the military. It has been socially constructed for people to go to the military to fill them ranks so they could go around the world stealing people resources. They use politicians to create this reality that we have. You're going to hear Tucker Carlson in a minute tell you the reason why the world is the way it is, that America is the way it is because people don't go to church no more. That's what he's going to tell you. He's not going to tell you how the government been stealing from people, how corporations, people can't afford to live. People got to pay like double, got to work 3 jobs to pay rent. You think all of those things are not reason why people the country is not stable? Why people are ready to go into the streets and protest? I mean, but these are the lies that they tell. Just like Juan Gonzalez, whatever his name is, just said just now that we have a voluntary military. Yo, it is not voluntary. The only reason people join the military, by and large, is to pay bills and to make money. Because there's nothing else out here for them. Go ahead, put it back on.
sense that this whole anti-woke theory of Hegseth and the president, what kind of impact will this have on U.S. military morale?
I think it's going to have a very bad impact. We've learned correctly over the last several generations that unit cohesion is so critical. And in our country, cohesion is not everybody looks alike, talks alike, and so forth. It's a cohesion based on diversity and the celebration of diversity in our country. Remember what the great poem.
Did you tell me to pause it? Oh.
Yeah, I told you to pause it. He just lied again about the diversity in America. There's no diversity in America. You just have what they call it identity politics. There's no diversity. You may have a black person, a gay person in that seat, but both of them belong to the same class. They serve the same class. You go to the public schools, our school system, you go to the hospitals, you go to politics, you go in all these spaces. You may see black people, Spanish people, all kind of people. The whole rainbow is in there. But those people are not diverse. They all belong to the same class. Middle, upper middle, and elite. That's the people that speak, that control all these institutions. So there is no diversity. Like all these things they're doing is spinning and lying to people every single day. That is how they socially construct how people think. You want to put it back on?
All right.
Excuse me, you're tired.
Yo, be careful. Pay attention to, yeah.
No, I'm good. But I'm mad I ain't bring the camera up. Bro, they go cut me off, son. Like I'm in no urban turn or something. But go ahead, put it back on.
For your huddled masses yearning to be breathe free, people accepted that offer. My family, everybody's family can account for that, except Native Americans, and we'll get to the Native American community in a minute. But we've just made tremendous strides, as you point out. I see this going back in time to an all-white, all-male military establishment, and I think that would be so unfortunate. Even when I was on active duty, even though it was well after the Truman administration, there were still holdovers. People who worked in the galley on Coast Guard cutters were often African American, black sailors. There were stewards who were often Filipino Americans. And that's not that long ago. So, even since then, we've made tremendous strides. And if you look at some of the people who've been sidelined by this administration, some of these fantastic women officers, fantastic officers of color, there's a lesson there. There's a lesson that Americans have to take away. This is an administration that wants to turn back the hands of the social clock, whether it's Teddy Roosevelt, charging up San Juan Hill, or to pick your historic illustration, but it's not today's America. It's not today's armed forces. So fasten your safety belts. This is going to be a wild ride. Now, I want to say a word. I mentioned the Native American situation. There was one point that President Trump made in his remarks at Quantico that I think has been neglected. One of the things he's celebrating in American history is the war that we waged against Native American tribes, as if that was something to celebrate. I happen to live in a town, Stockbridge, Massachusetts, that was an Indian town. It was the Stockbridge-Munsee Nation, which is now no longer in this area. But, we have to be aware of the fact that our history in dealing with Native Americans is a very, very grim and bloody affair. And for him to celebrate the Indian Wars, to use the old term, is really shocking in this day and age.
Eugene,
End of editorial on that.
I want to thank you so much for being with us, Senior Research Scholar, Yale Law School, where he teaches military justice. We'll link to your piece in The Hill. Trump and Hegseth want to turn the military into a tool of personal loyalty. Thanks.
So, hold on. Chairman, that video's over, but we're going on to the next video. Just give me a minute, because I want to make sure I have the right one. This is Hedgeseth. Hold on, let me make sure this is the video he wants, that one. And the journalist. Oh, Tucker's last. Wait.
Well, not to be depressing, but here's the...
Tucker is last. So we're going to go to this next video. It's the attack on press and the First Amendment right. Because right now they're trying to silence anyone that's against Israel, anyone that's against what the government is doing. So this is what the next video is going to talk about. Chairman, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'm here already. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm about to park. Yeah, I'm here. I'm about to park, and I'm about to walk up in there. I mean, but go ahead. We just gonna continue doing what we're doing.
All right.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We turn now from attacks on the right to protest to attacks on press freedom. President Trump is escalating his criticism of the news media, claiming many outlets are engaged in illegal activity. This is part of what he said last week during a speech at the Great Hall of the Department of Justice.
I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally write 97.6% bad about me, are political arms of the Democrat Party. And in my opinion, they're really corrupt and they're illegal. What they do is illegal. These networks and these newspapers are really no different than a highly paid political operative. And it has to stop. It has to be illegal. It's influencing judges, and it's really changing law, and it just cannot be legal. I don't believe it's legal.
President Trump's comments come amidst a right-wing push to overturn protections for the press to investigate public figures, a right guaranteed by the landmark 1964 Supreme Court decision, New York Times versus Sullivan. We're joined now by David Enrich. He's New York Times Business Investigations editor. His new book is titled Murder the Truth, Fear, the First Amendment, and a Secret Campaign to Protect the Powerful. If you can start off, it's great to have you with us, David, by talking about what this Supreme Court decision, this landmark decision in the 1960s, Sullivan, was all about.
Well, it was brought on behalf of supporters of Martin Luther King, and it basically detailed this litany of abuses by Southern officials. The gist of it was completely true. Southern officials were trying to preserve white supremacy. Some of the facts were either wrong or exaggerated. And a powerful Southern official named L.B. Sullivan sued the New York Times and won at trial. And the goal, basically, of Sullivan and his pals was that by filing lawsuits that seized on tiny little inaccuracies, you could punish the media for covering the civil rights movement. And so this went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled in a unanimous decision in 1964 that in order to preserve free speech and allow people to write and criticize and investigate powerful people and institutions, the media and the public needed breathing room so that if they got a fact wrong by mistake or made an honest error, they would not be sued into oblivion. And so that Supreme Court ruling has really set the stage for decades of investigative journalism and for normal people, non-journalists as well, to speak up and kind of reveal abuses and criticize people who hold positions of power, both at the national level or at a community level as well.
What does this mean for the First Amendment?
And it means that the First Amendment gives everyone the right to speak and to interrogate powerful people. And you do not need to worry about, there should not be a legal cloud hanging over your head when you criticize or investigate someone powerful. And you do not need to worry that an innocent mistake is going to bankrupt you because of litigation.
So let's go back to 2016. Donald Trump vowing to make it easier to sue news organizations.
Libel laws, so when they write purposely negative and horrible and false articles, we can sue them and win licensing.
Hey, pause it for a second.
So that when the news...
Yeah, I might be going in and out, but he's about to be talking about how the media, how all these media outlets are all frauds. They're political agents. How he lie about that? The MSNBC don't lie for the Democrats. CNN don't lie for the Democrats. Fox don't need to lie for the Republicans. How is he lying? And all this stuff they're doing is illegal. But let it play through. I'm gonna see if I can get back in.
New York Times writes a hit piece, which is a total disgrace, or when the Washington Post, which is there for other reasons, writes a hit piece, we can sue them and win money.
So that was before Donald Trump became president the first time around. Talk about the significance of what he's saying, and the overall campaign is in your subtitle, The Secret Campaign to Protect the Powerful.
Well, when Donald Trump made those remarks in 2016, it kind of acted as the starter's pistol in a race, and it sent a signal to the entire kind of conservative movement, and in particular the conservative legal movement, that a race was on to try to dismantle some of the long-standing First Amendment protections for the media and for others. And you can trace very directly back to that speech that he gave in Fort Worth, Texas in February of 2016, the arrival on the scene of this kind of small cottage industry of high-priced lawyers whose entire practices were devoted to suing and threatening news outlets. And the more successes they piled up, the more this strategy caught on, so that by the time, and within a couple of years, there was a real grassroots movement, and funded and fueled by the likes of the Federalist Society, the Heritage Foundation, the Claremont Institute, to really weaponize defamation laws to make it much scarier, really, especially for small and independent news outlets and journalists to write about powerful people, not just the President of the United States, but in their local communities, a big company, maybe a powerful real estate developer, things like that. And this strategy has now worked its way all the way up to the Supreme Court, where there is increasing support for either doing away with New York Times versus Sullivan altogether, or at least chipping away at it around the edges.
So you're the business investigations editor at the New York Times. What led you to write this book?
Well, we were getting, and still do get, inundated with legal threats basically every time that we start writing about or investigating someone powerful. And it occurred to me, the New York Times is in a pretty good position to handle that kind of threat. But it occurred to me a few years ago that, the experience might be very different if you worked at a smaller outlet or if you were an independent journalist. And, there's so many independent journalists right now, which I think is a really good thing for the media and a good thing for our democracy. But it's people with a Substack newsletter or a blog or a podcast who are uniquely vulnerable to these types of threats and these types of litigation, because they are enormously expensive to defend against. And they're not always meant to, these challenges are not always meant to win in court. They're often meant to just subject people to this torturous, long-running, and extremely expensive legal process. And a lot of people make the economically rational decision, which is that in the face of those threats and in the face of that litigation, they're going to back down rather than fight, which is exactly what the people making those threats want you to do.
So talk about how Hulk Hogan, or as you point out, much more relevantly, Peter Thiel fit into this story.
Yeah, so Peter Thiel had a long-running grudge against...
Explain who he is.
Yeah, Peter Thiel is one of the most powerful people in Silicon Valley. He was an early supporter of Donald Trump, and he's very closely aligned with people like Elon Musk. And
co-founder of PayPal.
Co-founder of PayPal, yes, and one of the owners of Palantir as well. And he had a long-running grudge against the website Gawker, because Gawker was really pioneering a form of journalism that was very skeptical of Silicon Valley elites and was kind of puncturing some of the bubble surrounding them. And so he set out in the early 2010s to destroy Gawker. And he went searching, he hired a bunch of people, he put a bunch of money into this, and he eventually settled on a case involving Hulk Hogan. Gawker published a snippet of a sex tape involving Hulk Hogan. And so Peter Thiel secretly financed and organized a multifaceted legal campaign using Hulk Hogan as a vehicle for retribution against Gawker. He won, Hulk Hogan won, Peter Thiel won, Gawker was destroyed, and this became a real blueprint for other billionaires and other powerful people to really attack the media. They saw that a well-funded, well-orchestrated secret legal campaign had the ability to absolutely destroy a well-established media outlet.
So Gawker was destroyed. Now,
that media outlet he's talking about is a tabloid. They produce it's a rag magazine. So I don't know, again, having sympathy for institution like that, just like MSNBC that pushes out false narratives to confuse and misdirect the people. He's over here to make his point against Trump's cracking down on free speech. He's over here defending an institution, a tabloid institution. Again, a lot of the hypocrisy and contradictions when it comes to these people, because they're not about creating, they're not about changing things for the better. They're about maintaining the status quo and to tweak it a little bit so that it benefits them. But yeah, Gawker is not the people's media. It doesn't need to do anything of that nature. I don't know if you're the chairman, but I was explaining to him, Gawker, the media that he's talking about that was sued by Peter Thiel and Hulk Hogan, is a rag institution. It's one of those gossip things. They put out false information as well, just like MSNBC and stuff. But the reason why
let me say before I get cut off or something.
Okay.
But patience, they belong to what you call it. They belong to another group of oligarchs.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain.
The rich, hey, yo, I'm about to show them. I'm about to put the kids on. Y'all can say hi to them. The rest of them ain't coming. It's like 20 more coming. Hey, yo, oh yeah, meet them. Hey, yo, time to say hi. Everybody watching them. Yo, say hi. Oh yeah, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. What up? Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead, Patience.
I just need some feedback from the audience a little bit. Did you guys see the kids in the video that he said hi to? Anybody can answer, because I just want to make sure we're not talking to the air.
I'm paying attention. I'm tuned in.
Okay. Thank you. Did you see the kids? Were you able to see the kids?
I'm kind of cooking, so I'm listening and not really looking.
Okay, no problem. I'll ask somebody. Anybody else? Are you guys able to see the video with the chairman and the kids in DR? All right, so I'll just move on. Video.
I see him going in and out of traffic.
Okay. Thank you.
Talk about some of the Supreme Court justices' views, particularly begin with Clarence Thomas.
Well, Clarence Thomas, during his confirmation hearings in 1991, expressed real support for New York Times versus Sullivan. He then went through a period where he got some very negative media coverage, and his views seemed to shift. And so by 2019, Clarence Thomas became the first sitting Supreme Court justice to openly call for the overturning of New York Times versus Sullivan. His argument originally was grounded in the 45 words of the First Amendment, which do not mention libel or defamation, and therefore he argued that should not be protected under the First Amendment. Really, though, this was a part of a campaign by Thomas and his allies to really erode the powers of the media and the protections for the media and normal people to speak up when they saw abuses and to criticize people like him. And so he, and now joined by Neil Gorsuch as well, have really embraced this call and are trying to recruit other justices, I think, and are calling for other people to file lawsuits that might make their way up to the Supreme Court that will challenge these long-standing precedents that protect, again, not just press freedoms, but the right of a person in a community to circulate a petition, for example, or make a comment on Facebook about their mayor, things like that. So this is not just about protecting journalists. It's really about protecting anyone who wants to stand up and have their voice heard on matters of public importance.
Where does Neil Gorsuch stand?
Gorsuch has joined Thomas in wanting to have this overturned, and his views really, he views Sullivan as protecting all sorts of online defamatory speech. The arguments that he had made, and one of the things I do in this book is really deconstruct those arguments, and it turns out a lot of them are premised on not just kind of faulty logic, but inaccurate data that he cited, that he got from a law review article that was filled with a lot of false assumptions and kind of misinterpreted data. And so he has actually had to correct his opinion calling for the overturning of New York Times versus Sullivan, but it is still being cited to this day by the conservative legal movement as one of the real kind of sources of information and authority that should be used to overturn it.
You begin your book, the prologue, a panicked phone call. You tell the story of Guy Larson, tell us who Guy Lawson is.
So Lawson is an American journalist and author who wrote a book that became the basis for the movie War Dogs, starring Jonah Hill. And the book basically tells the story of how these three stoners from Miami Beach become international arms traffickers. It's kind of a rollicking, really fascinating tale. Some of the action is set in Albania. And there's a bit part in the book played by the son of Albania's former prime minister, who is kind of an autocratic strongman. And the details in the book, as far as I've been able to determine, were completely accurate. But for argument's sake, the son of the strongman claims that he was kind of smeared in the book and that some of the facts were wrong. So he filed a lawsuit against Lawson in the U.S. court, and it's worked its way. It's been kind of years winding its way through the legal process. It got dismissed by multiple courts, and years later, it worked its way up to the Supreme Court, and it became one of the latest vehicles to try and challenge Sullivan, and it was seized on by people who had been inspired by Clarence Thomas, who basically issued an open invitation to lawyers and prospective litigants, begging them to bring him a case that he could use to overturn Sullivan. It made its way up to the Supreme Court. They did not get enough votes to actually overturn Sullivan or even hear the case, but it became another vehicle for Clarence Thomas and Neil Gorsuch to really bring this issue much more to public light and to argue forcefully that Sullivan should be overturned. And those calls, while unsuccessful, they did not get the Supreme Court to change the legal standard. They inspired hordes of lawyers, activists, and other judges at lower levels across the country to really lean into this argument. And you can look at cases all over the country, and you can see that they are slowing down. They're taking longer. They're not getting dismissed as quickly. And that creates all sorts of pain and difficulties especially for local and independent journalists who now have much kind of higher odds of being dragged through extensive litigation.
So you talked about, let's look at some of the cases that President Trump is involved with right now. He sues ABC. He sues the Des Moines Register. He sues CBS. Is he trying to bring these cases to the Supreme Court? Now, of course, ABC, there was a settlement. To explain what these cases were about and what it means to settle.
Yeah, well, first of all, Trump is very much trying to get a case to the Supreme Court that will lead to the overturning of Sullivan. I don't think any of those three cases you mentioned are the likely vehicles, but there are a bunch of others working their way through the federal appeal system that I think stand a much better chance. These more recent lawsuits against ABC, CBS, and the Des Moines Register are all pretty clearly efforts by Trump and his allies to weaponize the law to kind of punish criticism and to deter others from speaking up and saying critical things. And they involve different legal theories. The ABC case was a straight-up defamation case. The Des Moines Register and the
ABC case where George Stephanopoulos had said President Trump was found civilly liable for rape. Now, again, the judge in the case said in common parlance, this case would be...
Yeah, and even in
all right, so I've been going in and out because I'm trying to recruit. I recruited 1, 2, 3 more people that's going to be coming to the political education classes. So, like, while I'm out here, I'm still trying to recruit. Bro, that dude, he's Spanish, but he's from, He's from Westchester, New York. Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, he's from Westchester, New York. He already down. Like, he was so impressed that the Black Panther Party is out here doing something. The other two black dudes from Caicos, something. I ain't been to Caicos. But they said they took the number, they took the Instagram page. They said they're interested in joining what we're doing. They want to do something out there. So wherever the people at, man, and everybody know about the Panther Party. But you heard this douche, you heard him just now talking? What was he talking about just now? Oh, he's talking about the CBS. He said Trump is wilding, Trump doing all of this stuff. Trump lied about the CBS case. The CBS case was an interview that Kamala Harris did. She did an interview with CBS. Remember, he told you earlier, and I told you too, that all these media outlets are owned by rich people. They're owned by different parts of the oligarchy class. They don't work for the people. They don't give out news. So he's talking about CBS. Trump sued CBS because you know what they did? Kamala Harris went there to have an interview. When she had the interview, she did so bad. They took the interview and they spliced it up, and they put different answers in different places to make her look like she's reasonable. Do you have the Jimmy Dore clip?
That's the last clip. No,
You didn't see the Jimmy Dore? I didn't say the Jimmy Dore clip.
Let me see. But go ahead.
If you didn't see it, put it. Yeah, if you don't see it, go on YouTube and put in Jimmy Dore, CBS, Kamala Harris.
Okay.
And then and I think it said 2:51. Yeah, I did send it to you because I gave you the timestamp, I think. But anyway, be that as it may. But you're gonna hear Jimmy Dore show it and show what she did. These people, all these people are crooks. They're all crooks. CBS, MSNBC, CNN. But why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you this because nobody else will. There's no other media person out there that will sit here and tell you both sides of frauds. The NGO, the nonprofits, all these people are frauds. None of these people care about you. When I say you, I'm talking about the masses of the people living paycheck to paycheck, the people working 2-3 jobs to be able to pay rent. That's who I'm talking about. It's single parents. If you out there catching hell from this government, they trying to gentrify you. They trying to take your home from you. I'm talking to you. You tired of that bum job you got? You tired of this? You tired of everything? You tired of rent? You tired of how much you got to pay for mortgage? How they keep raising mortgage? I'm talking to you. I mean, so like they're coming after us. The rich people are coming after us. We're in a class war, and if you don't prepare yourself, they're gonna gobble you up. I mean, that's why I'm out here. That's why I'm here doing the work that I'm doing. That's why I'm out here. That's why we started our own Panther restaurant out here. Like, people think I'm playing. Yo, we here now. We got the grill. We got the stove already. We're going to put a kitchen out in there. Yo, we're going to do everything we can to try to help him be successful. Because if he's successful, am I still here?
Yeah, you still there.
Yeah, because if Shuby is successful out here doing Pantherism, working with the people out here, like providing resources for the people out here, and he's able to be successful with his business, other people are going to want to join us. They're going to see that we could do this on our own. They're going to be like, wow, seriously? Yo, we need to do the same thing too. We don't need to go to the government. We don't need to go beg the rich people for jobs. Yo, we could build cooperatives and be able to take care of ourselves. Yo, that's what we're here to do. Yo, build the infrastructure. And if you're interested in doing that kind of work, yo, we're looking for you. We're looking for you. But did you find the Jimmy Dore clip?
Yeah, I put it. It's on there. You want me to go to it?
Yeah, yo, because I want to remind people what he just said. He just told people that Trump was lying. Everything Trump is doing is a lie. See, that's how they confuse people. Yeah, Trump is a sociopath. Yes, Trump is corrupt. Yes, he's a fraud. But these people are just like him. They're even worse because they try to act like they're down with us. But they're savages. Yo, Malcolm said there's nothing worse than a white liberal. But he should have added the Negro liberal. Because the black liberals are the same. But go ahead, play Jimmy Dore. I think it's at 251 or something, 205. Somewhere around there. Try to skip it there.
We can fight back with our vote. Mikey Sherrill for governor. Mikey Sherrill lowered cost in prescription drugs. As governor, the lower cost of health care.
You see what I'm talking about? Every time you turn around, these people are force feeding you. They're stuffing your head with these people, and they're giving you the illusion that this is how you change your material condition. Even though we all know that's not how you change your material condition. Hey, Shuby! Let me bring Shuby up here so he can stand up here with me. Even though we know that's not how you change your material condition out here, that will do nothing to help anybody do anything. Voting for any politician. Voting for the last 100, 200 years. No politician has done anything. Your camera on mom. Yeah. You know she got her camera on. Get a chair. Pull up a chair. Yo, when you got to start doing the show too, bro. I told you could do it from right here. Man, sit right here, man. Nobody want to hear that, bro. Yo, next week you got your laptop. Everything is in the car, man. Yo, this is the homie Shuby right here, man. Word up. I mean, you see, we not running around here getting politicians. We out here finding people out here to do the work. Word up, Shuby, where you from? Where you originally from?
Haiti, bro.
From Haiti. And the government, the island, yo. Yeah, but the government be giving people out here from Haiti hell, right? You know what it is. Hey, yo, my bad. I put my man on blast. Yo, my bad. Yo, I take that back. We go ahead and raise that. Yo, I can't put my man on blast because they're going to try to come up here and pull up on my homie. But yeah, man, but you know how Africa come. I'm going to get him to that level where he on these people the same way we be on them. I mean, he got to get to that point where he's strong enough to do that. But Mickey Sherrill, all of these people, you cannot support and vote for any of these people. Now, I said don't support Mickey Sherrill. I didn't say go vote for Citarelli. What you need to do is walk away from these institutions and come join us to build things in the society, in the community that's going to help us survive what's to come. Go ahead, play it.
And it's your free pre-K and school month. Mikey Sherrill, Dr. Bill Caldwell. Mikey Sherrill supports the failed energy club that tripled our electric bill this summer. Sherrill said,
We need to move clean power instead of water. So like, if you're a good person.
Mikey Sherrill, you are the same.
Hey, come see us on a tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio,
Yeah, move forward.
Lexington.
Sorry? Oh, go to 215.
Go to like 215.
215.
This is 215. Right there. Try 205. Right there. Play right there.
Movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
Jack Citarelli supports Donald Trump's energy cuts, which could jack up
You know what I'm talking about?
New Jersey. The same Jack Citarelli who voted to jack up property taxes. High tax Jack.
This is on YouTube.
It's
This is
going
not even TV. This is not the radio.
Med Simon, Juna, Louise, Söderlund, Giertz. How are you going to spell that?
Social conditioning.
So that was her.
You want to finish that?
Let it play.
Word salad garbage in it. She's like a taxi driver who tries to take you the long way so she can get every penny out of you. Except she does it with words. And so that's
So it's like this girlfriend I have pitching her jokes to me, and we try to explain she got a short hair.
Yeah.
And her not listening.
So I'm going to show them to you back to back. Here. So this is the actual question and the actual answer. And then the question again with the fake answer that they just inserted.
Damn it, mute yourself.
I want to say something. Mute it. Yeah, so you heard what Jimmy Dore said. Because if you don't pay attention, you're not going to catch it. Because these people are professional frauds. They would listen to the question he asked her. He's going to ask her, bro, y'all ain't listening to y'all. Whatever y'all trying to do over there, he not listening. And listen to her answer. Go ahead, play it.
Seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
What she means is we're stalling military contractors.
Hey, yo, he told her. Now remember, Trump sued them because they fixed this interview. You see, when people like me, us, we can sue Kamala Harris. We can sue these people. As soon as you sue them, they got all these lawyers. They make you go through jump loop. They're going to tell you, nah, you can't sue them because they're in the federal government. You can't do this. You can't do that. See, but Trump sued them because they're at war with each other. These sociopaths are at war with each other. So Trump sued CBS. He sued them because they asked her. The first time he asked her, he said, how come now y'all ain't listen to y'all? Whatever y'all doing over there, he ain't listening. So she said, well, we doing this. Whatever we doing over there is making Israel, is putting an impact on Israel for them to do this, do that. Hey, yo, she's not president. She lost because the whole country, everybody here saw her committing a genocide with Joe Biden and Netanyahu. Even though she just sat here and lied, because that's what sociopaths do. They can come on camera and lie to millions of people and tell them a lie and don't even blink. Don't even think twice about it. So she just sat there and lied and said they were holding Netanyahu accountable. They're still blowing up. They're talking about they got a ceasefire. It's like the 20th ceasefire, whatever they are. They're still blowing people up over there. Now, that was her answer. You heard that long answer she gave. Now, listen to the answer that CBS cut in and put in place for what she had said. Go ahead.
Rob the planet blind. That's what you mean. But here's the question again, and here's the fake answer that 60 Minutes put in.
I thought it was a question from that Prime Minister Netanyahu who is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Yo, that answer not different, patience. Hey, Rodrigo, you there?
Rodrigo, you here? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he's here. Give him a minute to unmute.
When he ready, when he unmute, he can speak. Hey, you telling me that answer not different? The first one wasn't word salad, wasn't a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and wasn't this one more precise, more concise, and it actually said something. It said we are going to make them, even though they didn't make them do nothing. But this answer was better than the first one. And that's why he sued them, because he understands CBS cut the video, they splice it together to try to make it look right. What he said from the beginning, that these media outlets are political tools, political operatives. They're not here to tell the people what's really going on. They're here to lie to you about the Iraq war. They're here to lie to you about Vietnam war. They're here to lie to you about anything the oligarchs do. And why? Because the oligarchs pay them. The oligarchs, you see, for the what you call it, for the journalists, the fake journalists, they may get paid by a private corporation, and then they may have a private people paying them. See, but we don't pay them. The taxpayers don't pay them. These savage politicians, we pay them. And then they double dip and go get some rich person to pay them quadruple what we paying them for them to do what the rich person want them to do. This is the reality that we are in. Your schools suck because you got to deal with that kind of manipulation. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with that in the school system. You got to deal with that in city council. You got to deal with that with the mayors. You got to deal with that with the police. Every single institution in this world, in this country, because it's globalism. That is how it functions. It doesn't function to help and take care of the people. Once you get to that point of your life when you say like, yo, I can't deal with these people no more, you start to move out your comfort zone and start to create. And start to build and build the infrastructure to be able to fight these people back. Hey, General Secretary, the other group is about to show up, so I'm about to start doing whatever we doing over here.
But
we got to.
We want to see what y'all doing. I want to see that the people got to see the work. So I'm gonna turn this off and just have your camera on, and we're gonna watch Panthers at work. The people need to
like the show might be over by the.
The show is over. It's a communalism. That's the show. The people need to see us in practice. They never get to see this.
All power to the people. So check this out. You know how I be when I be on the ground talking to people. Like how am I gonna hold this camera? How am I gonna have this phone?
Yo, you better get one of these little. You better get your little Panther Cubs in training.
No, she about to come help me. Go ahead, sit down. She about to come help me. She done came over here to tell me something. Sit down. She was
all right, I'm gonna stop. This is more interesting. All right, I'm about to stop sharing. We're gonna go out screen sharing. Here we go. We about to have a real show, y'all.
How you doing?
Well, we don't have a real show, but
I'm gonna take some later. I'm gonna buy some later. Okay.
Can you guys see the chairman? I made the screen bigger. Can y'all hear and see the chairman clearly? He about to show y'all what we doing, what intercommunalism is, and what we're doing in DR. The same thing that we're doing in Jersey, we're taking it over there to our brothers and sisters and the children, the men and women in Dominican Republic. So he's going to show you what's down here. Yeah, I need somebody in the audience because I want to make sure y'all seeing and hearing this stuff. Somebody chime in. And if you got any feedback, any comments, the floor is open.
You go first? Huh? You go first? Yeah, I'm on the show. Yeah, so. Hello?
If anybody got any questions, any comments?
Hey, I want to talk to CEO. CEO, you there?
CEO, Brother Nas, are you there? He's here. He's on the screen. He just got to unmute himself.
Yeah, if he unmute himself, I want to talk to him. I saw him earlier this week. I told him I was coming out here. I want to tell him I want him to come out here too. I want him to come out here, man, as one of the heads of what you call the Grown Folks Network. I want him to come out here. I want to see if I'll bring as many people as we can to spread this message out here, man. Word up. You know I'm about to get on that grill. I don't think he can fuck with me on this grill, man. I don't think you can mess with me on the grill, man. I'm the champion on the grill, man.
You got to try the food. You got to. To me, I say come.
You say come?
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh, look at that food.
You know, because you
yeah, my boy out here, you put it in.
But they ain't got that barbecue sauce.
They ain't got my sauce, but look, they just gave me a wing. I'm about to try this. Try him. It's busting, though. It's different. It ain't my sauce, but it's busting. Yeah, it's good, though. It ain't my sauce. Yeah, you know how my sauce be sweet and spicy? Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, you know how my food be sweet and spicy? Theirs got an island taste to it.
You showing us people's feet.
U.S. season.
You say what?
You showing us people's feet.
I make a 3 season. U.S. season, Haitian season.
Say it again. What season you use?
I make a 3 season. And U.S. season, and Jamaican season, Haitian season, and that's it.
You heard him?
What is the U.S. season? Because I don't think we need that one. What is U.S. season?
She said, what is a U.S. season?
U.S. season? But she say...
Yo, you can't tell. You can't tell you such a season, bro.
I don't...
I'm trying to pay you guys. Do you know how this shit works, bro?
What, you got Cash App or something? You ain't got cash?
I'm paying cash.
You have Cash App? How much you owe you?
Oh, you got $55.
55? You can send me the Cash App. It probably be easier with me. Now I'm gonna give him $55. Yeah. Hey, Patience.
Yes.
You wanna send some money?
Hey,
you get pesos from you wanna send like some
I got you. I'm gonna give you the $50-something.
No, you wanna send like 300 more. I did want to send.
All right, hold on a second. Who know English? Who know English? Habla English? Nobody?
Hey, Rodrigo, where you at? You call Rodrigo.
Yeah, I don't know where Rodrigo at.
Like, what is going on?
What you need, man? What you need, my boy?
I heard my name.
Yeah, that man is in DR, and he needs you to translate, and you're MIA.
What do you need?
Captain, Rodrigo's on the line.
For total $310. So now,
what?
$310. You just gotta give me what now? If you get on you, 12,000 for him.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you give me the rest. You get 12,000 pesos.
12,000. How much is that in American money?
Nah, you gotta say $300 gonna be more.
$300?
Yeah, you gotta say $310. But just give me 12,000 to give it. I got it. I got the money.
You be pissing me off. I got American money, my boy.
Oh, you got American money?
Yeah.
You're gonna give me American money, bro. So now,
bro, trying to donate some money. He's trying to give Shuby like, how much you trying to give? Like $300?
Nah. $50. Like, you gotta eat some food there.
So $50.
Yeah, you gotta buy some food and then leave the rest for my mom.
Gotcha.
For the kids.
So you need, what you need from me?
So, him, you want like $250 for him. So now just give him $200.
Give him $200.
Yeah.
Got you. I got you. Give him $200.
You gotta cash up.
You have a secretary, you hear me?
$200 to feed the kids?
No. But I'm saying, you was hearing me just now?
Barely. I just heard $200.
Nah, bro, about to spend $50. Now you about to buy $50 worth of food for the kids.
Okay.
$200. Him to send you a $310.
What up? Fisher, you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. Tell Rodrigo next thing?
Yeah, Rodrigo here.
Tell Rodrigo to have a conversation with the homie right here.
Rodrigo, talk to Rodrigo, you there?
I'm here.
He here, Chairman. You moved the phone.
Hola.
You hear them, Rodrigo?
Yeah. Hola y buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien aquí en Nueva Jersey.
Okay, aquí en República
Me parece
Dominicana,
un día muy bonito allá en Puerto Plata.
Sí, está muy bonito. Mira, el sol soleado, muy bonito, muy bonito.
¿Y cómo está? ¿Cómo está la comida?
No, la comida todavía no está.
Oh, todavía no está.
No
Te va a gustar.
No, todavía. Okay, sí. Aquí yo tengo unos chicos de la pelota, pitcher, el que se llama Esteban.
Hola, Esteban.
Él se llama... Hola, Esteban, están hablando contigo. Hola. Que cómo está, qué tímido él dice. Que es muy tímido. Ahí el pitcher se llama Fran Manuel.
Manuel, hola.
Hola. Hello.
Hola. Rodrigo, you tell us what
Hola.
they're saying so we can talk to them too. And you can translate for them what they saying.
Well, they're introducing each person one by one. They're saying it's a beautiful day, and just going from person to person. And they said I asked him how the chicken was. They say it's not ready yet.
Yeah, not ready.
So I want to know those two. That gentleman asked him, is he part of the baseball program? Who is he? Does he go to school? Where they're from? Like, we want to know who they are.
Oh, okay. Manuel es de parte del el equipo. También, yes, he is part of the team.
Okay, so he's one of the kids on the team, or he helps out with the team.
Oh, ¿él ayuda o él juega pelota también?
No, no ayuda también.
Oh, he helps and he plays.
Okay. Who is he? Is he in school?
Está en escuela, Manuel, y el otro chamaquito, el muchacho, el primero.
No, yo me llamo Rangel, que soy el entrenador de los niños, de béisbol, de niños. Hago mi esfuerzo porque son niños de bajos recursos, ¿sabes? Estoy haciendo un esfuerzo para ayudar y tener que mi país tenga una buena educación.
Oh, usted es el coach.
Sí, yo soy coach de béisbol de los niños.
Oh, Ranho, he introduced himself as well. He's the coach of the team, and also helped out with the organization.
Yeah, are they in school or no? They graduate.
¿Todos los muchachos están en escuela ahora o ya se graduaron?
Si están en la escuela, mañana van para la escuela. ¿Sabe? Algunos necesitan alguna cosa que necesitan para ir para la escuela, pero están todos en la escuela, sí.
Oh, yeah, they're all in school. They're all enrolled. Some might need some, materials, but they're all enrolled, including the older kids.
Oh, okay. So, do they have I know they help the kids with baseball, but do they help them with their schoolwork and stuff like that too?
Oh, ayudan con los muchachos con sus estudios también, vamos a decir, el homework. La tarea después, ¿ustedes le ayudan también con eso o nada más de deporte?
No, yo también le ayudo en sus clases. Ahora, sabe que después que termino el deporte, sabe, comenzamos a las 2, terminamos a las 5, de ahí para adelante a hacer la clase, para que el otro día lleven su clase completa.
I see. Okay, they usually play after school between 2 and 5, and after 5 o'clock they have a homework program where they help them with any questions, any help they might need with their work.
Do any of them work right now, or they just they go to school and play baseball?
¿También trabajan los muchachos?
Sí, no, porque son niños de 14 años, 14 a 7 años. No trabajan, no pueden trabajar porque son menores.
Sí, they're between 7 and 14, so they're not, by law, they're not allowed to work.
I'm talking about those guys you're talking to.
Oh, Rangel,
yo no cobro cuota a ellos porque son niños de pocos recursos. Yo trato de ayudarlos. Hay veces que yo tengo niños, 10, 15 niños que tengo en mi casa que no tienen la facilidad de comer. Entonces yo los tengo cuando salen de la escuela. Yo trato del esfuerzo que yo hago de hacerle comida.
Oh, I see.
Sus padres no están.
See, but he also feeds the 15 kids that he that he runs the team with. After everything, then he tries to usually feed them on a regular basis before they go home, because the parents might not even be home because they're working and whatnot.
So they already have it seems like they already have an after school, they probably don't call it after school program, but it sounds like they have an after school program similar to what we have.
Así, Rangel, parece que usted tiene un programa de después de escuela, los mismos como hacen las Panteras. Sí.
¿Cómo así? ¿Cómo así?
Un programa de after school, después de escuela, que tiene deporte, ayuda con el homework. Ese es como, vamos a decir, un programa después de escuela que mientras los padres están trabajando y los muchachos, para que no cogen para la calle muy rápido.
Sí, excelente.
En esa forma. Es muy similar a lo que tiene la Pantera, porque ellos tienen un programa I'm explaining the after school program in Newark.
Okay.
Le lleva a los muchachos en la mañana, le lleva a la escuela, lo buscan, y hay programas de básquetbol o de boxeo. Una institución de boxing, un gimnasio. El dueño le dan ciertas horas para los muchachos, ahí practican pelear, defenderse, las muchachitas también. Después le llevan para atrás a la casa o le ayudan con el homework también. Después de eso.
No tengo ayuda con nadie. Solamente yo estoy trabajando. ¿Sabes? No tengo ayuda política de ninguna parte.
Really? He's doing it on his own. There's no government aid or anything that he's getting. Right?
So Rodrigo, I want you to relate to him like he's already doing. I want you to explain to him he's already doing physical work, and what we want to do is work with him to have our kids in America talking to his kids in DR. We're going to help him with the resources, just like the chairman is down there bringing the food and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is where you come in, Rodrigo, because you're going to have to be our mediator, because you know how to speak Spanish and translate this to them. But explain to them what we're trying to do. The program, the same program we have. Well, it's already created there. We just want to make that connection. Have kids connected with our kids. We're telling them that we want to teach the kids English so they can be able to communicate with our kids, and we want them to teach our kids Spanish. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to do that. It's like we're talking now on the computer, but we're gonna create a program. It's not gonna happen overnight, but we want to work with him and help we want his program to be part of us. Try to explain it that.
Sí, Rangel. Lo que la secretaria general Patience dice que ella quiere que ustedes se comuniquen más en el futuro. A ver si los muchachos del equipo pueden comunicar con los muchachos aquí en Newark y aprender cada idioma. Le enseña de tu parte enseñar en español a los muchachos de aquí y viceversa, con inglés a los muchachos allá en la República. Y escribir, en tiempo de escribir uno al otro, hacerse amistades, tenerse conexión. Y ahí con eso se puede, entre los dos grupos, se puede ayudar también en el futuro.
And also let him know we don't get money from the government either. The Memphis people in the party, the community, we understand we're all coming from the same place.
Sí, y más Rangel, no sé, hola.
Hola?
I got the headphones.
Oh, I see.
I was just talking to him. He just take the headphones.
No, he said he had to go something. He had to go do something. You heard? Yeah, no. Somebody came up. Yo, because they're working out here. Somebody came up and he had to go.
Okay, because he was telling us that he got 15 kids in his. He got like a.
There they go right here. You see these kids right here?
Yeah, and we were explaining to him how we're going to be working with him and his program and them kids.
General Secretary, he knows that. That's why he's here. That's why he brought the kids over here today.
Okay.
Frank is supposed to bring the other half. You heard
when
me?
that food going to be ready?
No, the food going to be ready. We really waiting for Frank so we can tell them what this is all about.
Oh, okay. How many kids you got so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The 15 he brought.
Where's the kitchen at?
Oh, somebody got to come put the stove in. So right now he got the grill, but somebody got to come put the stove in on tomorrow. They can't work on Sunday on the weekend. They don't work on the weekend.
You see that? They don't work on the weekends. Like the whole country don't work on the weekends, right? Or just...
Today is Sunday, bro. Like, people go to church, all kinds of stuff out here. They have, like, family days. But look, I'm going to record. I'm going to hit you back. But we got to do some stuff right now. You heard?
All right, I'm going to end the show then.
All right, go ahead, end it. All power to the people.
All power to the people. Well, as you know, Chairman is in DR getting that work done. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next Sunday at 12. All power to the people.
All power to the people. All power to the people.
All power to the people.